We are the only function which has the opportunity to create jobs and to invite people to join our companies. I would not want us to ditch that. We are living in a country where half the people are still below the poverty line. We might be enjoying South Bombay here, but this opportunity no other function has, and I think it touches the chord. I'm not saying all of us need to have some targets, but bear in mind this opportunity no other function has, where we can directly impact people through jobs, and we are those gatekeepers who can invite people in.
So agree with you. Give him a round of applause for, for that sharing. Aparna, you?
So the first one for me is ability to deal with ambiguity. I think there is so much happening outside which cannot be predicted. So the ability of HR professionals to be able to deal with that and deal with grays, because it's not all black and white. I think that's the first one. The second one, I agree with Doc, learning agility, and he's explained it fairly elaborately. The third one is sensible followership. So I think we get very enamored by, following people and having role models. But we also need to, just like we say that, best practices need to be customized for our environment. Similarly, following role models, but looking at what makes sense for us, what are our strengths, knowing our own self very well, and basis that, looking at what traits you would want to emulate from role models in the industry, in the fraternity, which will help you be successful. So hence, sensible followership is very important.
Very well said. Can we have a round of applause for Aparna as well? And now I think it's time to be able to close out the big debate. Asleep at the wheel, has HR lost its way into copycat best practices? We'll start with you, Vikram. What are your last views on the topic of our panel discussion? What are the last thoughts? 30 seconds. Last thoughts that you want to leave with the audience.
Power to you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Do you want to say something on the topic?
I think that meant what I meant was a great topic. I think I like the fact that that's the other human capability. We can hold two extreme thoughts and sometimes opposing ideas. I think that's a sign of a great mind. So request you to keep exploring opposites.
Great. Can we have a round of applause to Vikram Bector? What about you, Prince?
So sometimes you sleep on the wheel, sometimes you drive. Have a sensor which will help you to understand where you are.
Okay, round of applause to Prince. Doctor, can we get you to tell us what are your last views?
Very similar thoughts, so just make it more real about what is it to have opposite views on this topic. So the two opposite views here is that it is true that a large majority, the less than the 20%, the rest of the bell curve, is actually copycatting. And therefore, in the name of not being just jingoistic about HR and creating positive energy, we should be realistic about the fact that some of our biradari is making a mistake of copycatting. And that is true. At the same time, not get too worried about it, but constantly rise above it and say that copying when necessary, bettering when necessary, doing original things when necessary, but doing things that are relevant at time gives us the opportunity to lead and do that with head held high, not with any inferiority complex. It is not a problem of just one function. It is a function problem, the universal problem. Everybody copies. So therefore, we have our opportunity to do better than just blind copying. When you can hold these two away from this meeting in your mind, you would neither fall into this extreme robust optimism which ignores the reality of copying, or this doomsday saying that we are just copycatters and sleeping at the wheel. That is mine.
All right, thank you. We're going to ask Aparna for her last comments. Yeah, 30 seconds.
I think it was a very interesting debate and discussion, which appealed to the audience. And on behalf of the audience, I think all of you found it very engaging as well. The appeal from all of us was arise, awake, and sleep no more.
All right, thank you. Great last words. I'm going to take a couple of comments from the audience. Can we ask Rajesh to give us his last comments? 30 seconds. Yeah, your last comments on this theme.
Thank you so much. I must say that, as an HR professional, I think I would recommend that if we can be passionate about employees and about creating employee experiences,
Okay.
because that's what everyone expects. Second is, as Adil has constantly, emphasized, which is about being business glued, about having that stickiness to understand our own business. And last is what I think is coming out very strongly, and I'm really happy to hear that, which is about learning agility. And so my word for that is to be an evolved professional, and that would come through continuous learning and also through, gaining subject matter expertise, because that's an area which I think everyone expects from us. Thank you so much, Sujay.
Super. Can we have 30 seconds from you? Can we pass on the mic, or maybe just speak loudly? Can we pass on the mic to her? Bharti.
Thank you. Very interesting discussion. Thank you, panelists. My takeaway really has been around being relevant, being awake, and also customizing and creating what is relevant to organization and its causes, contextualizing it, and not just blindly taking away whatever is happening in the whole wide world. Thank you.
Okay, great. Superb. Give a round of applause for that. Can we pass on the mic to you? You had something to say in the first part. I'm sorry, I don't have your name. Yourself.
Thank you so much. Very interesting discussion, and some of the things that actually come up, and when we have these discussion, I completely agree. We need to be an SME, and I believe we really need to be proud that we are in HR. So I really liked what you said, that even if I was given a CEO's position, I wouldn't take it because I'm happy being an HR professional. I think that's really great. So thank you so much.
Okay, super. Can you pass the mic on?
Because he has reached his retirement age.
Can you pass on the
If you ask
mic?
Adil, he will tell, no, I am still.
Pass on the mic to Tehseen. Tehseen, last 30 seconds. What are your thoughts?
I think we need to kind of rise awake, as Aparna said, as we need to kind of look at what we're doing wrong. We need to stick with the business agenda. We need to kind of move on, become more glued to business strategies and those kind of things. That's what.
Okay, can we pass on the mic here to yourself? The gentleman in the second row. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Yeah.
Vivek,
Yeah.
I think these were fantastic points, and thank you so much for sharing them. I go back a little more enlightened than when I came here. Just the thought that is there in my mind, right? A lot of us do know a lot of these things as well, right? For example, being a good human being, learning agility, right? Creative curiosity, one of my hot favorite topics. The thought that I keep having in my mind is, so how do I imbibe that into my daily DNA? How do I go and live these values every single day as if it comes naturally to me, right? And that's a thought that I have. I'm sure we don't have time right now, but probably.
Right. Right. Okay, but thank you. We'll try and take that offline, okay? Anubha, do you have 30 seconds? You want to say anything on the topic? Last words.
For me, I think it was a pleasure to hear the truth. And it was a pleasure to see that our senior leaders who will make this happen finally in HR.
Okay. All right. Give her a round of applause. Thank you for that. Adil, can we have your last words? Yeah, 30 seconds.
I will have to be brief. Number one, of course, I believe the first competence would be value-based value creation. Because I certainly, and I've said it on 100 forums, that I believe that unless and until you're a good human being, you will never be a good professional. And good means genuinely linking back to my religion, it says good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Unless you are a good professional person, you'll never be a good professional. Beginning and end of it is that. Second is your ability to link your knowledge in your domain of specialization to value creation. So you need to understand value creation, but your specialization of knowledge, how are you able to link it to the value creation is one of the most important things. In isolation, it doesn't work. Number two, flexibility and learning. Unless and until you are continuously learning, which means continuously forgetting and continuously learning, the two portions together will make a difference. And the third is a contrast. It says sensitivity and ruthlessness, both simultaneously. Because there will have to be, what Tata Consulting Services faced is a reality of all businesses. Businesses are not going to do well. We will have to cut the numbers. We will have to tell people, sorry, we understand your sensitivity. We understand you are the only bread earner. But, well, sorry, businesses have to exist. But how do we do that with sensitivity, with care and concern. So sensitivity and ruthlessness played together, these are the three competencies I believe.
Fantastic. Let's hear a round of applause for Adil. I think this has been a very thought-provoking, very insightful debate. I must congratulate the four of you. I don't think it's easy to be up here to be able to talk about a subject which is as sensitive as this. It was exceedingly sort of provocative. We thought about it a bit before putting it together because, I mean, it's kind of, you know, puts a squeezy feeling in the stomach of most people when you read this, you know. And I'm hoping that the debate and the conversations here today have caused the reflection, which was the purpose of picking a theme as contentious as this. I want you all to join me in thanking this absolutely fabulous panel one more time for their superb contributions here today. We have very small tokens of our appreciation for you. Can we have those here, please? So first and foremost to Dr. Chandra for his absolutely outstanding. I hang on to every single word you speak, so it's just fantastic. Thank you so much. To Prince Augustine, who is absolutely a fabulous storyteller. Thank you for all the brilliant stories you shared here today. Vikram, yes, absolutely. Vikram, yeah, without a passion. Vikram Bector for such a fabulous, conversation and dialogue here today. And thank you. You always add the sunshine, yeah, in any conversation. Thank you, Aparna. Round of applause one more time for this fabulous panel. Can I request you to please take your seats? Yes, I think we just need, if you can just stay here for a minute, I think we want a picture for Facebook. So, yeah, I think there are a couple of pictures they're trying to take here. Did we get a picture? Do you want us sitting? Would you rather we're sitting? Okay. All right.
If you're not on Facebook, you don't have a face.
So one more time, thank you very much. Thank you very much, panel. Can you please join us here? Only for a minute. I want to remind you one more time, we've just released the, can you please come and join us here? And I have only my last set of announcements to make before we break for lunch. We already have the lunch out here ready, waiting for you. Very quickly, best leadership practices of Asia. Please, access the entry forms. They're in your kits. We've given it to you, so just want you to look inside your kits to see some of the things that we've sent you. One of our governing council members have actually launched a very outstanding publication called the Leadership Review. We sent you a link of this. If you are new members, as in you've just walked in today for the first time, please hand us your visiting card and we'll have free copies of this magazine sent across to you. The e-magazine for now, after 3 months, it's a hard copy of a magazine, but for now it's an e-magazine. It's an outstanding read, and we recommend very strongly that you read it. The Leadership Review. Like the Harvard Business Review, this is like the Leadership Review. We've sent out a link to members. It's also available on our website, should you want to download that, the Leadership Review. The Leadership Development Best Practices Study. You've got the entry form in your kits. Please refer to this. It's also available off our website. We are chasing a deadline of 27th of February is the deadline, so you have almost a good 6 weeks to be able to put your entries together. So please do participate, spread the word. If you're a consultant, get your client organizations to participate. We want to see large number of entries into this. This culminates into the Best Leadership Practices of Asia seminar in September 2015. The last announcement, you've got a brochure inside your kits, and it's for the 2 plays we offered under the aegis of the LNOD Roundtable. These are Leo Girl Productions, Rainbow Shadows, which is a story about generations. It can be used for any diversity agendas you're driving inside your organization to do with Generation Y. Please book a show for your employees. It's a 45-minute play followed by a discussion with an audience. The second play that we've got out there is Woman Phenomenal. It's for your gender diversity agendas that you might be driving inside your organization. We can actually do this for you, followed by a discussion at your organization. So for those who are driving these diversity agendas, I think there's been a lack of content in these areas and a lack of enough of support in terms of learning in both these areas. And I think these are very useful, very meaningful, thought-provoking platforms for driving learning through theater and drama. So do use these or spread the word about these for anybody else who might need them. We've got these brochures in your kits as well. I think with that, we come to an end of today's big debate. I do hope this has been time well spent for everyone. We look forward to seeing you. If you're new and came here for the first time, do pick up details on our membership. The corporate membership makes a lot of sense. It's about 35,000 rupees per annum for 10 employees for your organization, and you can attend in all the 3 centers, anywhere that you'd like to attend, or any of the new centers that come up during this year. So thank you, everyone. You've been a fantastic audience. Please join us for lunch.